Hello everyone, Jurassic here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the other Hammond collection figure, the Lost World Parasaurolophus. Now, I did take a few time to get this one, but I did manage to get at least one of them. I wanted to get another one because I wanted to have like two pairs, but I don't know, there was only two of them, no, three of them I think. If you see my Instagram, there was three of them I think. And I left it there in case anyone else wants it, because I hardly saw the baryonyx. I was lucky to get that, and seeing the Parasaurolophus is good. I went to Target the other few days, and I haven't seen any of them either. But I did see the Velociraptor, which was cool, and of course Dr. Ian Malcolm. But I already had the Velociraptor, and I'm not really interested into getting human figures at the moment. So, let's get right to it. So the Hammond collection is, of course, the new collector's line for the 3.75-inch scales. Already, at the time of this making, they announced the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Gallimimus, the Ceratosaurus, and, of course, the Triceratops. Which, at the moment right now of discussing this, is in controversy because it has no movable jaw. But I'm not going to get into that. So let's get right into this. So of course this is a Hammond collection Parasaurolophus. It's pretty similar to that of the baryonyx one. On the side of the package you get the Parasaurolophus picture with the Lost World logo, so you know what it is. And if you can't tell, of course there's a Lost World logo up here in the corner, a diagram of the Parasaurolophus, and the Parasaurolophus over here during the chase sequence of the capture of Indian team. Of course it did say it right there, so yeah. And let me get you guys the barcode for it so you guys can look for your Hammond collection Parasaurolophus. And that's about it. So let's get right into opening this guy up. So the Parasaurolophus is out of the box, and already I can say this is a really nice figure. One thing I do got a gripe on it is the way mine's is with his head. I don't know why. I feel like the head might be going a little loose, might be a little off. I don't know. It's just me, I guess. But overall, I really, really dig this design. I wish I could get mine, Lost World Parasaurolophus, out, but it's really in a spot where if I push it out, it's going to fall over. But I'm pretty sure someone has already did a comparison of the Lost World one that came out back in '97, and of course the other Mattel lines, such as the original Mattel one, and the glowing one from Camp Cretaceous. But out of all of those, this one's the one that resembles the most out of the Lost World design. Because, well, it is based on the Lost World design. The other ones are more based on the Jurassic World design. Or more closely to that of the one that was shown on the, the website back then. So, like the baryonyx, this is posable. It is a collector's line, and like the baryonyx, it does have some good details to it. And I gotta say, I think it has better details than that of the baryonyx. There are 3 points of articulations on the leg, unlike 4 like the baryonyx. It has a ball joint tail, 2 points of articulations plus a swivel right here on the shoulder. The neck is also on an articulation, is on a ball joint too. Head's kind of in a ball joint, not too much, but it's alright. And of course there is the open mouth in the Parasaurolophus, which is a little tricky to get sometimes for mines because it's kind of hard. But look, you get the mouth open like that. Coloration wise, this guy is very resemblant to that of the Lost World colors. Like, it's really on point. I tried getting this one in the position of the Lost World, but I think it's more close to the position I have it for the Jurassic Park 3 one, which is of course the same Parasaurolophus with a different body shape and of course coloration. But they're both Sorna versions, and I like to imagine that the green one could be a male or it could be a separate species. I don't know. Lore for the third movie is kind of tricky, So yeah, articulations is nice on this guy. Sculpt on this is really good. I gotta say, it's much better than that of the Baryonyx, which is saying a lot because I really love the Baryonyx. But this guy has a much better sculpt than that to the Baryonyx, honestly. Honestly, the only gripe I have for this is this weird head. Like, it's pretty obvious at this point that the Parasaurolophus has this wide head than it should have in the movies and in real life. I think that has to do with the ball joint and especially with the neck, given how thick the neck is itself. I mean, they had to do what they had to do, right? You can't have one good out of the bad. If you want to make a bad, the front claws are not painted, but the toe claws are. Again, I have said before that Mattel is just like Kenner in a way. Not all of Kenner's dinosaur toys had toe claws painted. You know, if you want to prove me wrong, there are some out there, especially the ones from the first wave that do not have paint. Anyways, tail is like that of the Baryonyx. It's a rubber tail that has a metal wire inside. Although for the Parasaurolophus, I feel like they probably should have just made it plastic. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it would have just been better if it was a plastic that can go side to side. Because even though Parasaurolophus has, you know, has a big tail and such like that, it can't really go up and down if you know the fossil bones of Parasaurolophus. Of course, this is an Indian Parasaurolophus, so, you know, there's definitely differences in there. Oh, shoot. I do like to have the Parasaurolophus in a more forward stance, as you can see here. I like to make it so it's four-legged walking instead of just two-legged walking. Something I kind of like better more than that of the two-legged variant. I don't know, it's just me. I prefer my dinosaurs to be a bit more dinosaur-like. Therizinosaurus with his arms unpronated. Hadrosaurus being on all fours and only two when they're running. It's a lot of gripe I have on myself. You know. On a scale with other lines, the Parasaurolophus is not that bad. I do say it could be better in some regards, as it does not have feet articulations. The tail is an iffy and the head's a little wide. But honestly, I really do love this Parasaurolophus a lot. And actually, I do have another one. The Baryonyx was not the first, as this was my first 2020 dinosaur toy that I got from this year. This is the juvenile Parasaurolophus. It also came out with a Lost World set for the Amber collection, I think. No, not Amber collection, a Legacy collection. Now, they are going to re-release this Parasaurolophus for Owen later down the line. But I got this small brown one that came with it. There's probably people who have better pictures of the vehicle next to this Parasaurolophus, which would be do much better since I don't really have any grunts or engine guards to use for that. But honestly, with these two side by side, I could definitely see a family pairing with these two. If you get more Parasaurolophus and you get more of these can be juveniles, this can be an adult male if you can paint. Maybe this could be a female and the other one could be a male, depending on how you feel. You know, honestly, I really do like these figures a lot. And I really do like this Hammond collection Parasaurolophus. Comparing the Parasaurolophus with the already reviewed Baryonyx figure, you can see that the Baryonyx is pretty big, although not very too big. It is on a large size, but this Parasaurolophus does dwarf it. Of course, Parasaurolophus in real life is much, much bigger than that is shown. But even in the movies, they do make the larger bigger. I mean, the people were like this tall in the movies when the Parasaurolophus was captured. Now they're like this tall. Like, it's not much of a difference, but it is easily noticeable. But there it is. So, what's my final verdict on this figure? Well, I do gotta say it does look pretty good, and it is. I think I will compare it to that of the Baryonyx. They both have problems, but they both have equal goods. And I will give it a 5 out of 5. Like I said, you could get the Parasaurolophus in Target, but also I think in Amazon as well. Same price as the Baryonyx, $20. If you are lucky to get one, I would get it. Maybe just one, maybe two. It depends on if you want to do a herd building. So, hope you guys like this review. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.